Level 1. The neighborhood kid. You grow up on a block where everybody knows everybody. You see the same guys every morning sitting outside the social club drinking espresso. They wear nice suits. They drive black Cadillacs. They never seem to work, but they always have money. Your father works double shifts at the docks and comes home with barely enough to cover rent. These guys walk into restaurants and never pay. They shake hands with cops. They kiss old ladies on the cheek and hand them envelopes at Christmas. You are 12 years old and you already know what you want to be. You start doing small things. You carry grocery bags for the old man who sits in the back of the club. You sweep the sidewalk without being asked. You run to the corner store to grab a pack of cigarettes for a guy whose name you are not even allowed to say out loud. Nobody thanks you. Nobody pays you. Nobody even looks at you. But they notice. They always notice. Level 2. The hangaround. You are 16 now. Maybe 17. You start showing up to the club every day after school. You sit on the bench outside and wait. Sometimes they send you to pick up dry cleaning. Sometimes they tell you to stand on the corner and watch for unmarked cars. You learn what a federal surveillance van looks like. You learn how to spot a plainclothes cop by his shoes. You are free labor and you know it. But you don't care. Because one day, one of the soldiers looks at you and nods. That nod means more to you than anything your teachers ever said. You are being evaluated. Every move you make is a test. Can you keep your mouth shut when the cops pull you aside and start asking questions? Can you take a beating from a rival crew and not call the police? Can you sit in a room full of stolen goods and act like you see nothing? Most kids from the neighborhood fail this part. They talk too much. They show off. They try too hard. The ones who survive are the ones who understand one thing. Silence is the first language of this life. Level 3. The associate. You passed. Someone vouches for you. A soldier tells his captain that you are solid. Now, you are an associate. You are not a member of the family. You are not protected by the family. But you work for the family. This is where the money starts. They hand you a job. Maybe you run a numbers game out of a barbershop. Maybe you collect debts from gamblers who owe the crew. Maybe you drive a truck full of stolen electronics from the airport to a warehouse in Jersey. You keep a percentage, but the rest goes up. Every single week, you put cash in an envelope and you hand it to the soldier who sponsors you. If you make 15,000, you hand over 5. If you make 50,000, you hand over 20. You never complain. You never ask where the money goes. And you never, ever come up short. Because coming up short means you are either stealing or you are useless. Both get you the same result. A ride in a trunk to a place nobody comes back from. The danger here is real. You are the one who touches the product. You are the one whose face is on the security camera. You are the one the FBI is building a file on. If you get arrested, the family does not send a lawyer. The family does not post your bail. You sit in that cell and you keep your mouth shut. If you do 3 years without saying a single name, you earn something money cannot buy. Trust. Level 4. The senior associate. You did your time. You kept quiet. Now you are back on the street and your reputation is solid. The captain puts you on record. That means you belong to his crew officially. No one from another family can mess with you. If someone tries to shake you down or move in on your business, your captain makes one phone call and the problem disappears. You are earning real money now. You might be running a loan shark operation. You charge 3 points a week. A guy borrows 10,000 from you. He owes you 300 every single week until he pays back the principal. Some of these guys never pay it off. They just keep paying interest forever. That is the beauty of the racket. But the bosses are watching you closely now. They are looking into your bloodline. In the old rules, you must be full Italian on your father's side. They talk to people from your old neighborhood. They check if anyone in your family ever cooperated with law enforcement. One rat in your bloodline, and you are finished. You will earn for the family forever, but you will never become one of them. Then, one evening, your sponsor tells you to put on a nice suit. He tells you not to ask questions. He drives you to a house you have never been to before. Level 5. The making ceremony. You walk into a basement. The lights are dim. There are men sitting around a table. You recognize some of them. Others you have never seen. Oh, the boss is there. The underboss is there. Your captain is there. They tell you to sit. They place a picture of a saint in your hands. They prick your trigger finger with a pin. Your blood drips onto the saint. They set the image on fire. You hold it while it burns your skin. You repeat the words, "If I betray this family, may my soul burn like this saint." That is it. You are made. You are a soldier of La Cosa Nostra. You are now untouchable. No one can put their hands on you without permission from the administration. If someone kills a made man without authorization, it means war. Your life changes overnight. Associates who used to treat you like an equal now call you with respect. You have your own crew of associates who earn for you. They kick up to you. You kick up to your captain. The money is better. The respect is real. But so is the weight. When your captain tells you someone needs to go, you do not ask why. You grab your bag and you handle it. You might have to sit across from a man at dinner, laugh with him, toast his daughter's wedding, and then put 2 in his head in the parking lot, because the boss said so. That is the oath. The family comes before your feelings. The family comes before your conscience. The family comes before God. Level 6. The enforcer. Not every soldier earns the same way. Some guys are good with money. You are good with fear. When a restaurant owner stops paying protection, they send you. When a gambler owes 200,000 and starts dodging calls, they send you. You walk into his business in broad daylight. You do not yell. You do not threaten. You sit down, you order a coffee, and you look at him. That is enough, because everyone knows what happens when looking is not enough. You are the reason the system works. Without you, nobody pays. Without you, every associate and every gambler thinks they can get away with it. You are the engine of fear that keeps the money machine running. But there is a cost. People avoid you. Even the guys in your own crew do not invite you to the weekend barbecue. Your captain uses you like a tool. When the job is done, he puts you back in the drawer. You are respected, but you are alone. And the worst part is you know too much. You know where the bodies are. You know whose order it was. That makes you dangerous to the people above you. The moment you become a liability, the same system you enforce will turn on you. Level 7. The captain. Your captain gets indicted, or maybe he gets old, or maybe he gets clipped. Either way, the boss needs someone to run the crew. He points at you. You are now a capo regime, a captain. You run 10 soldiers and maybe 100 associates spread across the city. You control territories, construction sites that pay you every month to avoid problems. Unions that give you no-show jobs. Restaurants that hand you an envelope every Friday. Your job is not to commit crimes anymore. Your job is to manage criminals. You hold sit-downs with your soldiers every week. They tell you what's earning and what is not. They bring you problems. 2 associates beefing over a gambling territory. A soldier whose wife is spending too much and drawing attention. A new FBI agent poking around the neighborhood. You solve all of it. But here is the pressure. You have a number. Every month you must deliver a certain amount to the underboss. It does not matter if business is slow. It does not matter if 3 of your guys just got arrested. The boss expects his money. If you cannot deliver, he will find a captain who can. And you do not get a severance package. You get a funeral. Level 8. The consigliere. This is the smartest seat at the table. You are the counselor, the advisor. You usually do not run a crew. You do not control territory, but you have something more valuable than all of it. You have the boss's ear. You are the only person in the entire organization who is allowed to tell the boss he is making a mistake. When the boss wants to start a war with another family over a small insult, you are the one who says, "Wait. Think about the money we will lose. Think about the FBI attention a war brings. You think like a lawyer. Maybe you are a lawyer. You understand RICO. You understand wiretaps. You know how the feds build cases, and you help the family avoid the traps. You mediate when captains are fighting. You settle disputes that could tear the family apart. You are neutral. You do not take sides. That is your power and your protection. Nobody sees you as a threat to the throne because you do not want the throne. You want to survive. And in this life, the ones who do not chase power are often the ones who last the longest. Level 9, the underboss. You are the second most powerful man in the family. The boss sets the direction. You execute it. Every captain in the family reports to you. You collect the master envelopes. You distribute orders. You are the filter between the boss and the street. If the feds are building a case, they come for you first. Because you are the one whose fingerprints are closest to the operation. The boss stays clean. You get dirty. That is the job. You handle the problems the captains cannot solve. A captain from another family is encroaching on your territory. A soldier flipped and is talking to the FBI. A drug shipment got intercepted and someone has to answer for the loss. All of it lands on your desk. But the real danger is not the feds. The real danger is the man above you and the men below you. The boss watches you every day, wondering if you are getting too ambitious. The captains watch you every day, wondering if they could do your job better. You are standing on a throne made of glass. One wrong step, and it shatters. If the boss dies or goes to prison, you are next in line. But so does every captain with enough soldiers and enough ambition to make a move. The transition of power in this life is almost never peaceful. Level 10, the street boss. Sometimes the real boss cannot operate. He is in prison doing 20 years. He is under house arrest with an ankle monitor. He is 90 years old and barely leaves his living room. But the family still needs leadership on the street. So the boss appoints you. You are the street boss, the acting boss. You have all the power, but none of the legitimacy. Every order you give can be overruled by a whisper from the real boss through his prison lawyer. The captains listen to you, but they know you are temporary. Some of them test you. They show up late to meetings. They short your envelope by a few thousand just to see what you will do. If you discipline them too hard, the real boss might say you are overstepping. If you let them slide, they will eat you alive. You are running a multi-million-dollar criminal empire while walking on a tightrope. And the moment the real boss comes home or appoints someone else, you go back to where you were, if you are lucky. Level 11. The boss. You made it. Capo di tutti capi. You are the head of the family. You sit at the top of the pyramid. Hundreds of men earn for you. Millions of dollars flow upward to your hands every single year. You never touch a gun. You never touch a bag of money directly. You have so many layers between you and the street that the FBI cannot connect you to a single crime. You speak in code. You give orders with a look. You nod and someone across the city disappears 3 days later. You sit on the commission with the bosses of the other families. Together, you divide territories. You settle wars. You decide who lives and who dies. You approve every new member who gets made. Nothing moves in your world without your permission. But the throne is the loneliest chair in the room. Your underboss wants your seat. Your captains whisper behind your back. The FBI has an entire squad dedicated to putting you in a cage for the rest of your life. Your own soldiers might be wearing a wire right now. You cannot trust your best friend. You cannot trust your brother. You cannot even trust your own blood, because in this thing of ours, blood on the table burns just like that saint did on the night you got made. There is no retirement plan. There is no golden parachute. There are only 3 exits: a cell, a coffin, or a witness protection apartment in some town where nobody knows your name and you spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder. You chose this. Every level, every envelope, every body. You chose all of it, and now the life has chosen you back.